It's episode 35.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 35.
No.
Hey, everybody.
Stop. To play the intro.
You didn't do it yet
No.
because you counted down.
Wake up!
Hey, everybody. And welcome to When I Wake Up, the podcast. This is episode number 35. It's just a normal family episode this time around. Brought to you by the founder, the creator, the puppeteer.
The puppet master.
The Jack in the Box.
The puppet master. How are you?
You put the tackle in the box. How you doing, Tanner?
I'm doing all right.
You are?
And you know, looking this nice, you better be sipping something proper. All right? And you're right. Today we've got La Cerveza Más Fina. Only 99 calories. And, no, it's not an ad, but we're feeling light today.
It's not an ad.
Okay. Anyway, it's episode 35. My name's Tanner. This is When I Wake Up, and we're feeling good, and we're feeling froggy, dude. How was your day? Was it good?
My day was okay.
It was all right?
Yeah, I didn't sleep too well the night before, but you know, nothing that a good night's sleep can't fix.
Nothing unusual going on today or anything like that, right? It was a pretty normal day.
No, it rained.
It rained. You thought it was snowing.
I told you it was
peculiar
snowing.
because it was 54 degrees outside when we walked out.
Yeah.
So that was strange, don't you think? Sorry.
Did I lie to you?
Yeah. Did you do that, or did you actually think it was raining
Well, it was raining.
or snowing?
Right. No, I knew it wasn't snowing.
Okay.
It was to evoke a response.
Because I
Maybe,
think it's actually gotten warmer
Not since yesterday.
since we left work.
Maybe by a degree or two.
It was 57 when we left work, and it was 61.
On my
Really?
on my dashboard, I received that.
Anyway. Yeah, no, we're just looking spiffy. There's nothing wrong with that. In other words, I don't want no problems. Okay?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, how goes it? What's up? I mean, in other words, other than your Corona Light.
You know, kind of a revolving door recently. I need to catch up on my sleep, get some healthy sleep patterns. You know what I mean?
I feel like you've been talking about that a lot recently.
Yeah, because I don't feel like I've lived as consistently recently, so it's been kind of all over the place.
Yeah, but sleeping happens regardless, right?
Yeah, but I never not sleep, you know. And I don't nap every day.
You've been going on these benders?
I don't even nap. Dude, if it's a bad week, I nap twice in 7 days. If it's a bad week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't nap very often. If I nap, I just stay sleeping. So.
Or I'll go to bed at a reasonable time, at a good hour. And I'll wake up at 2.
Everybody's talking about that guy that, did you see that big giant man that was displaying his morning routine I don't want to dive too deep into it because we're not going to play the video and stuff like that because everyone else already did.
The beverage.
No. With the Saratoga water?
Oh, that's, yeah.
Where he's getting ready and he's brushing his teeth and stuff. And
I liked it.
let's put an end to that kind of stuff. What do you say? Yeah?
No.
Oh.
I liked it.
Would you dunk your face in some Saratoga sparkling water that costs like $11 a bottle? Would you dump a whole bottle of Saratoga water into a bowl and dunk your face into it in the morning? What are you going to do with that water afterwards?
Here's the thing. Saratoga, yes, maybe at one point. I use Cheeky Toga water now.
Touché.
So.
But yeah, like I said, let's put an end to that kind of stuff. And I need your help with that. Okay?
Not the help you need. You know, I got spare change in my cup holder, but maybe decide to be the change.
Me? I've been watching this show called Severance that a lot of people have been talking about. And let me tell you something. Okay? It's pretty good. Okay?
Okay.
And that's as excited as I'm going to get. Okay? But it's really good. And
you made a joke.
The problem is when you have things to do and then you end up like finding a show like that you like, it envelops you and you waste a lot of time. And if you know me, I'm constantly complaining about wasting time.
Because too many days go by.
That's right. Famous poet once said.
What was his name?
Leonardi.
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 Leonardi. Poet.
Yeah.
He had a way with words.
I've been doing pretty good not breaking character. But no, it's an extremely good show. For those that haven't, delved into it, it's essentially your memories are split between your work life and your home life. So when you go to work, you forget your life at home. And when you go home, you don't remember what you did at work. So effectively, it makes like a person that doesn't really exist, right? Because like that person doesn't get to see the outside world, doesn't know anything. They know things, they know.
Do they have friends in their home life?
In their home life, yeah, it's normal, totally normal.
They can meet people and stuff like that, but they don't remember if they work with them or not.
Nope. And then they set it up to they're all split up 5 minutes in between, so they don't even get to bump into each other before they ever get in the elevator to go into the office.
I'm just guessing there's going to be a glitch in that scene at one point. I know nothing about the show. I know it's been on for a little bit.
Yeah, it came out a couple years ago. But it's cool because Ben Stiller directs it, and I just didn't know that he made stuff like that.
Guys, I actually like that a lot when actors do that.
Yeah.
But fucking Owen Wilson, of all people. Really?
Owen Wilson?
Yeah, you just said he's the guy.
Ben Stiller?
Owen Wilson.
What's going on?
What?
Anyway, Severance. It's on Apple TV. Really good. I got teased, edged, if you will, because I looked it up online and said it was on Amazon Prime, which I have already. Go there, watch the first episode. Then it says, if you want to watch the rest, go to Apple TV. That's where it is.
You know what? I think I have a good...
So then I had to get Apple TV.
I like how I just brought him down as you brought him up. I got a favor to ask you.
Yeah?
Would you want to watch the trailer for the one I told you about?
Sure.
So
Right now?
Yeah.
Sure.
Get an idea. It's also on Apple TV. It's very similar name, not similar show. It's called Servant. And
the other show that Henzi told me to watch, sorry, is about this. What's it called? I can't remember. Keep going. Forget it.
what was Ron's?
Forget it.
Ron's actual name was Rupert in real life. Who played Ron Weasley? His name is Rupert, right? I think. He's in Servant.
Servant.
And so I think he's not the main director, but he's like executive producer. I remember seeing the ads for it when they were first pushing it on YouTube a bunch years ago, and they threw M. Night Shyamalan's name on it. So he was a part of it the entire time, and there's a behind the scenes last like season episode at the very end that you can watch. Good show.
Okay? Can we get this together here? This is why we need somebody to be sitting here behind the glass. Because I lost my glasses. Okay?
And as soon as I
And you
lost
see
my
right now
glasses,
I'm starting to get sweaty. And stuff keeps hitting the table. And that's making me irritated as well. Okay?
now we got bad.
All right. Now let's watch the fucking trailer for Servant on Apple TV. Recommended by Brad.
Does the TV have to be higher than 6?
Yes.
Okay, because it's at 6. There we go. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Do you know who you welcomed into your home?
Leanne Grayson? Hello, Mrs. Turner.
Hi, I'm Sean.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Turner. You have a beautiful home.
She is a godsend.
I was expecting someone older, less weird.
We hope you'll treat our house as your home. I'm sure you and Jericho will form an instant bond.
She's cool with everything. She knows the situation.
Oh.
I guess we should talk about this. She's gone. You can put the doll down now.
I'm fine as I am, Mr. Turner.
We lost Jericho when he was 13 weeks. Dorothy took it hard. This is the only thing that brought her back.
I should take Jericho for his walk now.
You hired a nanny for a doll?
Where did you find her?
She is wonderful with Jericho. And if my baby trusts her, so do I.
How much did those boys tell you about what happened?
What if she wakes up? What if she remembers? Do you know who you welcomed into your home?
Okay, then.
Did you want a quick, just like, what's going on to the show?
What?
Like, not like to not spoil anything, but just let you know, like,
No, I already get it.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. It's not a real thing. The wife knows that it's not. Then
But
they
it-
hire this
but-
nanny,
Literally is
And-
living in delusion.
and then the nanny like starts taking care of it, and then what? It starts actually acting like it's a real baby.
The mom is basically in a manic like episode where literally that doll is the reason she's not having a psychotic break.
Right.
So she thinks she is not in on it. She thinks it's a real baby.
Right, but what's the nanny have to do with it?
because she thinks the baby's real.
Oh,
They hired a nanny. And then when she shows up, visible to everybody,
the baby starts moving
it's
around.
a
and
baby.
shit. Yeah.
And looks different than the doll. Like, not noticeably, but like, yeah.
Great. Yeah, I'll watch that. Sounds good to me.
And
yeah, I'll definitely watch that.
the only thing I'll say, and it doesn't give away the show, but they live, I think it's like New York or maybe Philly. They live in a brownstone. So it's super nice, brick, 2 stories. They have a cellar.
Bricked.
Yeah. Finding out that that was all like the street, the buildings, the cars, that was in a studio lot. And I think what'll surprise a lot of people are movies and shows like that where it looks like a city street
And it's not.
and it's in a warehouse like we work at, Trader
Yeah.
Joe's.
Yeah.
It's in a building like that. And
Yeah.
they just made it look like Lorraine Avenue
Yeah.
in North Olmsted.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
I know, it freaks me out.
Because you see them zoom out and you're like, no, but when it rained, the puddles on the street looked like puddles on the street.
No, and that's what's crazy about
It looked
Severance.
like a paved road that had potholes and tar lines on it. Like,
That's what's crazy about Severance is I saw a behind the scenes thing. The whole office that they work in, the hallways getting to them are all, it's like a maze. So like, and the whole idea is they don't know how to navigate the building because they're in the basement and they go straight to it, and then the elevator takes them down, and then they're not supposed to go to other departments, and they're not allowed to go to other departments. So you're not supposed to know where other shit is. But anyway, when they go through, like, they were showing a behind the scenes thing of him running through the hallways, and it actually is set up like that, where it's just hallway after hallway after hallway after hallway of these bright white lights, and it's all white, and it's just like, where's that at? That's really scary. There's a building like that?
well, you've been in those buildings a bunch of times. Maybe not a bunch, but I have.
The back rooms? I haven't. They look
Not-
like that.
There's like deep hotel memories
'Cause
that are
that's-
similar to that.
That's the vibes that they have. Like, let me see if I can find a picture just to show you what their office looks like. Dude, that's what it looks like.
Because what I remember is if you're getting to get like a CAT scan or to do something, if you're being moved in a hospital somewhere else, and they come and pick you up from the room and they're like, all right, we're going to go and take some photos.
Look.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about
Like,
liminal spaces?
see, like, that looks really nice. Like, it actually does, but I can't imagine being there every day. Can you
No,
imagine?
no,
That'd be
no, no.
horrible.
I would hallucinate.
Yeah, that'd be so terrible. Like, that would be awful, dude. Yeah, amazing show, dude. Yeah, then they get rid of this guy, and then they turn this cubicle into 3 desks. And that's what happens. So when people leave, they're technically not, like, their outer person is alive still, right? They're not working there anymore. But the person that's in there died. And that's effectively, they died. You know what I mean? That's a whole extra person. That's the whole crazy part. Like, it's a whole another person. Whole nother one.
Are there people that don't go back and forth?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, most of the bosses aren't.
Working than living and doing, they're just there.
Yeah, most of the bosses aren't severed. It's, even like a lot of other people in the other departments that they meet aren't. It's really weird. It's very Truman Show. It's very weird, dude. Scary.
I feel like we've worked with some people that were severed.
Yeah.
100%.
I know. I've been thinking about it a lot while I'm at work, and I'm like, I need to not act like that. Stop. Don't be a different person at work. Don't even act like a different one. Even though, like, that is a thought, though, to where, like, you don't, like, that's, be careful what I say. Actually, let me just take a couple steps back and forget about that one. I was going to go say some bad things. That is a thought, though, to be completely separated from, work and home. That'd be really weird. Like, where people just don't know anything about you when you go to work.
People do it all the time. I think people do it all the time respectfully.
Yeah.
Like, I think you maintain that better than I do.
Yeah.
But unless you tell someone what's going on, no one really knows.
Right. No, for sure. I'm really not into, like, telling people all about my shit, dude.
I tend to get along with people pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, like, if I don't know.
I was telling Austin the other day, I'm very, like, tentative with people. Like, it takes me a while to warm up to people. And, whether it's a new job or whatever it is, like, I don't even talk to people for weeks.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah. Talk about it. You know what I mean? But he was like, yeah, he told me that I was definitely like that with him at first. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean.
Thought you were cute.
You look like, you're hot. I mean, yeah, you look like an Amish guy. I didn't know if I could have my phone out around you or not.
Just waiting till we go to the park.
But yeah, that would really suck, man. Every day going in there. You got to watch that show. I'll give you the login. It's just my email and stuff.
When you first brought it up, talking about getting into a show, when you're living, you just have stuff going on. And it's not like it used to be. So we can't just dedicate like 2 months to a show. You can. You just can't watch 6 episodes in a day anymore. So my girlfriend and I were watching The Sopranos for a little while. And then I get it. And it's kind of, there's a clairvoyance to it because she stopped. Like, she's already seen it all the way through. I haven't. And she's like, yeah. It was like not putting me in a great mood watching The Sopranos. It's a great show. And I know it's a great show. And I know it's going to get better. And she said that, like, the show gets better, which means every single character gets way more complex and evil and fucking horrible and shitty, like really bad. What did you do? Oh, changing the chair. Hope it doesn't mess up your pursuit angle when hitting that layup.
Much better.
There you go. But and she doesn't care. She shouldn't, but she doesn't care. Because we have not watched it together in probably 2 months. Which means we haven't watched
So
Sopranos.
it's kind of low, like, most of the time.
No, it's intense. But it's
Dark.
Yeah.
Dark.
It's dark, it's relatable, it's funny.
I'm surprised I've never watched that. What's that on?
That's on HBO Max.
I got that too. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
I definitely recommend. It's a great show, and you'll get into it quick.
Are there a lot of seasons of it?
I think there's 7,
That's enough. That's
maybe,
enough
maybe
to,
6.
That's enough to, like, I know that this is how it used to be. Like, we forget about how it used to be when, me and Sean were just talking about this. Like, remember when a new episode of a show was coming out and it was a date and time during the week where you're like, oh shit, we gotta, like, even when The Walking Dead used to, you know what I mean? It was like Sundays.
You just saw the commercials everywhere.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't
But
on
like,
that
people
station.
don't, that's not how it is anymore. And it happened quick where it's just all on streaming stuff where they have to make a whole season and then it's all out. And then they can watch the whole season. But these good shows come out, man, and there's just a season or 2 to watch and you're like, they're like, give us 3 more years, we'll give you another one. And you're like, dude, I'm going to be 35.
It kind of meant something a little more. Not only is it more accessible, but because we've talked about it. You do want a certain sense of like creative independence, and the wonky thing about really wanting free speech is that also means you want free speech for people you disagree with.
Yeah.
And it's hard.
Yeah, you have to.
But something we both agree on is we don't want what's happening now, where let's take the news. Like every news outlet, main news outlet, is owned by like 3 people.
Yes. It's owned really by one company, but it's 3 companies that branch into one company, that these 3 companies own all of the other companies.
And was it perfect before? Well, obviously it wasn't, because before, when it was TBS, Fox, USA, TNT, Comedy Central, CW, and it was, you know, traditional broadcasts like that, that's when straight to DVD was happening. That's when YouTube was more than just blindly posting things.
Yeah.
Like that's when people started making
Yeah.
reaction videos and funny stuff and skits. So there was always a way for someone to dip their toe in an unconventional way. And it would be nice for that to come back, to not see the same commercials you see. So like when I had Hulu Live TV, when I watch a live station, unless it was like a NBA game, the commercials were like the same commercials I see on YouTube.
What's hilarious to me about commercials are they're either completely horrendous, right? Because they're trying super hard, or they have to copy off of shit that they did 10, 15 years ago. Do you notice that?
I've also noticed it's the same. I can name 3 commercials you've seen in the last 2 months.
I sometimes get ads in Spanish on YouTube. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah.
Wonder what they're thinking with that one.
But on like maybe on YouTube for sure.
That happens a lot to me. I don't know. I'm not watching anything that has to do with
But on like TV, if you're watching anything close to
Telemundo.
that is a commercial.
Telemundo.
Dude, all the commercials are the same. It's a laundry.
Bienvenido.
It's a laundry commercial.
Telemundo.
It's Gain. Where he's like, "Hello, best scent ever."
I'm just really glad that
Tanner went to the laundromat, but didn't realize he'd fall in love with Gain scent beads.
yeah. I'm just really glad that the politics.
Hello, 20-year-old shirt that smells like a bucket of roses.
I'm just glad that all the campaign commercials are done with when all that ended. You know what I mean? In the wintertime, that was that's the worst time to be alive.
Selfishly, I thought you would have applauded that.
I hate them so much.
No, I thought you would have applauded that.
What do you mean? Because they're funny?
No, that impression. I thought that was a good impression of the Gain voice.
It was all right.
It wasn't terrible. Hello, best scent ever.
I can't put it.
We can watch one.
I don't want to.
It's just describing.
I don't want to.
Just describing someone doing something stupid.
I don't wanna.
And they like to their clothes like right out of the dryer. And they're like, "It's because of Gain, you silly goose."
You guys ever meet? Have you ever met somebody that just does that? Where like there's this guy at I just mentioned this job when I used to try to sell paper for this company called Quill. There was a guy that did that where in between words and sentences and stuff, it must be like a comforting thing where people are like, or constantly like, and there's nothing to clear out of your throat and you're just yeah. In other words, yeah. You ever met someone like that?
Yeah. See, I defend myself because I have pretty gnarly drainage every day.
Yeah.
Just from being sick and shit like that, and then smoking so young.
Brad's been sick for like 3.5 months.
I've been sick for 22 years.
That's true. But you've had a cold for like 3 months.
Yeah. And like, it's not the fun way for people to find out. And it's not a pity thing, but now you're seeing it. Like, you got the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you probably don't feel amazing.
No, I'm not 100%
But you're past it.
Yeah. I'm just still, getting rid of stuff out of there.
So,
which I love. That's my favorite. Getting up in the morning and have to blow a bunch of stuff out of your face. Isn't that great?
yeah. And dude, it's crazy, especially when it changes like this and the flare-ups happen.
It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again.
Because I'll wake up congested. I hate that.
Wake up digested.
I have to get a humidifier.
It's really bright in here, man.
I don't think so.
Thanks for coming back to watch another episode of When I Wake Up. If you're watching this, it's all made possible because of Studio Mind. At Studio Mind, we're all about bringing your ideas to life your way.
And the possibilities truly are endless. Whether it's recording and mixing your next big track, producing videos with cinematic drone shots, or creating social media content that feels authentic, that people can relate to, Studio Mind's got you covered on that.
Specializing in podcasts, commercials, photography, videography, golf simulators, anything you can imagine, we're doing it here at Studio Mind. There's so much to do.
I mean, we're inside a very nice facility here, but guys, this ceiling is just for the building. There's no ceiling to the possibilities of what you can do when you're here. I mean, whatever you're dreaming of, Studio Mind's here to make it happen, seamlessly and stress-free.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, Brad. I'll tell you what, come on down, get your buns here, get to Studio Mind. Let's create something amazing together. Now back to the show.
But no, I'll wake up congested, and I hate that. Yeah, anything that just gives you the sniffles, or like you don't feel sick, but like it makes your throat itch for a day or two. Yeah, it just lasts a little longer than I would prefer. It can last a week or two. Which is why, like, you're not supposed to overreact and like start taking cold medicine and fucking freaking out.
I swear, medicine a lot of the times is. Let's get it together here, man. Medicine a lot of the time for me makes me feel worse.
Yeah, it all depends. I've done it so, like, I don't know.
There's not a lot of medicine. Actually, it's really scary. Have you ever heard that whole study that people take fake pills and just think that it's going to fix like their headache, and it will? Like it's a sugar pill. Like it has nothing to do with.
Yeah. And I don't always want to be devil's advocate. The only thing I'll say to that is if like your sister gets a migraine.
Yeah, no.
It's like try giving her sugar. Like it's
not going to work.
There's just going to be certain people, certain cases where it's like, yeah, it's not mind over matter.
No.
But
my sister,
I definitely use, and it's the stuff that you really cannot overuse. I'll do it with like nasal spray. If I'm plugged up and I just need to breathe so I'm not mouth breathing, yeah.
What's terrible, I do that too. And that always makes me feel way worse too, because then all that stuff stays in.
Yeah.
And then it's just, that's what a lot of time keeps you sick, is not getting it out fast enough. Because you got to get it out of there, man.
You have to, I mean, some of the best ways I've gone through it, dude, it just really sucks. And you just have to own that you're going to be a disgusting garbage bag for 2 days.
The other thing too is, I don't know how many females we got watching this thing, but men, when it comes to being sick, are little shrimps. You know what I mean? So, and I'm one of the biggest. You know me. Anytime I feel like shit, I tell you 5,000 times. I tell you literally 5 million times. That's not going to make me feel any better.
No.
But like we just did that show a couple weeks ago. Went golfing before. Tried to take a nap. Fell asleep for 45 minutes. Woke up. Felt as worse as you can feel. Like horrible. Head felt like I was hungover. And all I did was try to take a nap for 45 minutes. And it must have just been right in that time period where like I drifted fully to sleep. And then my alarm went off for, the nap I was taking. So I felt like trash. And you know me, I get headaches kind of a lot too. And we're at the show and I'm like, yeah, great. here we go. Austin's never been around me either. When I'm like this, I'm like every 15 seconds, I'm like, my head hurts. Like,
At the
okay.
bar,
Yeah.
drinking water.
Everybody's like, okay. Like, and what are you going to do about it?
I'm better about stuff like that. I would say like 21, 22 is when it really tapered off. But if I have like a crazy headache, yeah. I mean, if it's crazy enough where I'm like, dude, where it's like chugging water, whatever it is, whatever I think is causing it, and I'm stopping it, and it's still just that rotating and then pulsating thing, yeah. As soon as you wince, as soon as you
My thing is, I get headaches bad enough sometimes. Like you lay down to go to bed, and it hurts more to like lay down.
And what sucks about that, and only people that have gotten these know that, you really think something's wrong.
Yeah, dude.
Like when it happens, like it's not a great feeling.
It's where I'm like sitting there, and you're trying to like that with your neck to like see if that makes
like,
it feel better. Nothing feels any better though.
You're massaging it, and it like kind of feels better.
Dude, my head hurt so bad the other day when I was sick. I told Austin, I forgot to tell you that I've done this before. My head hurt so bad. Rubbed my forehead so hard right here. I had a bruise right here above my eyebrow when I woke up the next day. I was like, holy shit, dude.
That was funny. I think I've done a good job maintaining character.
The last few minutes we were talking normal, but
yeah, like a gnarly headache is bad. But yeah, like I deal with the seasonal like sinus stuff a lot. And I'm used to it, but it's so debilitating to anybody when it happens. Because that's the thing, you may not take a lot of meds to begin with, but then when it gets bad,
nasal nicks.
Yeah, like nose spray. Maybe if you have NyQuil or DayQuil lying around like before going to bed.
I'll chug a whole bottle of NyQuil on site.
But the thing is,
as soon as she looks at
maybe it's just as shitty for me as it is you. But I feel like if you get a cold and you like at the very end take NyQuil like 2 nights in a row, you're feeling like pretty good eventually because it works.
Me or anyone?
Majority of people, like it works.
I don't know about that. But
I was gonna say what's helped is when you literally detox yourself and not just like the diet part of it.
yes, stop
like,
drinking fucking beer all day, every day.
The one thing you got to be careful, obviously. But when I was getting I haven't been sick like this in a while. When you get a super high fever and you're freezing,
Man, let me tell you, I love when I never start the timer.
it's all good. I think we're just around 50 minutes right now.
How long?
50.
50?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe like 35, 40. We
Yeah.
started like 10 after 8.
Oh, well, the little red guy tells you how much. It's about 30, isn't it? 27?
I can't read that from here. I can move to read it. But I can't read it right
27.
7427.
It says 27.
That red one?
Yeah.
It does not say 27.
What's it say?
42.
Oh. Well, 15, 30,
And then the one up there says 37.
37, 38. Where? So realistically, we got...
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just saying last time I was super sick and I was getting a gnarly fever. I haven't had a gnarly fever in a while. When you're like over 102, like 102 before adding the degree.
Oops. Sorry about that.
When you're like that, you need to monitor it. You need to do something.
I got one question for you. Did you like that?
I actually don't like these. I'm not a big fan.
I'm definitely not a fan of this.
No.
By any means.
No.
There wasn't any beer because you didn't get any. And neither
No.
did I.
Nope.
This is all we had in the second fridge. But like I said, man, we're sipping something proper.
What I noticed was when my fever run that high. I feel like at that point, maybe you do that. I don't think it's an every 4-hour thing and you take the max dose. But like if you have like 102 fever and it's like 9 o'clock at night and you're like, oh, I'm freezing and I'm sweating my ass off. You're like, I should probably
I'm
cold
confused as to what
shower,
you're talking about.
do
Here still.
something.
What are you talking about?
Getting sick and having a gnarly fever.
Oh, okay. All right.
You have to be careful is what I was really trying to say.
Yeah.
But so long as you're careful and it's not.
You never had like any like kooky like home remedies from any of your grandparents or anything when you got sick?
Not really.
Like any weird ones?
No, I mean probably none that I can remember.
Got one actually a better question for you that has nothing to do with being sick. Did your grandparents ever do anything really fucking weird where you were just like, what in the fuck are you doing? They're like, yeah, I'm doing this forever. Because I got one right off the bat.
I'll say one, but it's not what you're asking.
My grandma used to fucking get a glass of milk and saltine crackers
Yeah, that was her.
and dunk them in there and crack them up and
Oh, so we
eat
are
'em
talking
like a
about the
bowl
same
of
thing.
cereal almost. Like a bowl of cereal.
So my dad, this isn't that weird. It's kind of more common the more people you ask. He would put ice in his milk.
I've seen people do that.
Ice
That's
cold milk.
really weird.
And
That's super weird. I don't like that. That makes
my-
me feel strange.
my grandpa from the holler of West Virginia would drink buttermilk.
Oh no. Oh God. Like again, that's weight gainer.
with a grapefruit.
What?
Like he would cut up a grapefruit like an orange, eat the grapefruit. Now he wouldn't like pour himself a glass of buttermilk.
You would like dip it in it or something?
No, he would have whatever, but have grapefruit, and then he liked it that much.
Like
He
buttermilk and cookies almost, like, but it's with grapefruit.
No. He would be enjoying a grapefruit. That's the main thing. But then, like if you like when you're a kid and no one's home, you go to your fridge and there's like whatever juice, something in there, and you take a swig and put the bottle back. He would do that with buttermilk in the handled pint, whatever.
That's for like cooking.
Yeah. And he would just
I don't even know what that would taste like.
and like a
What does it taste like?
not good. I've only had like when it's added to something and it like gets on your hand.
Dude,
I've done that before with the lip.
Speaking of milk. Now that you said milk.
Milk.
No, my grandma used to, when we would eat dinner, she'd give us a glass that's this big and pour literally this much milk in it. And even as like a little kid, I'd be like, what is that? Well, when you finish, I have some more. And I'm like, I'm gonna.
The one thing my family never did was we had milk with every dinner, first of all. Unless it was whatever. Like
Well, yeah, most dinners allow. If you're Sean Hensey, you drink milk with a slice of pizza, I'm going to literally slap you.
I mean, dude, it should have been on the previous episode, but we had spaghetti a lot.
That makes total sense.
We
with
had milk with spaghetti
100%.
all the time.
Yeah, you have to.
If I've had milk with pizza,
It doesn't, I'm not,
and I'm not defending it, but I'm saying I've done it. I've totally done it.
I think it's just like is it the pepperoni?
I think it's all of it, dude.
No, because like bread and cheese and stuff makes sense with milk, pasta, milk. But I don't know what makes me think that it doesn't belong.
Maybe because it's a little messy. It's a little messier than like spaghetti or something else.
Is it the
After like the second slice, you get the aftertaste already.
hey,
Like after
bring it down? You're being pretty loud.
no, I can't. After a couple slices. No, after a couple slices, you get if you eat a slice of pizza, I know you ate a slice of pizza. So now, if you had a sausage, green pepper, onion,
Pizza? I've never had pizza.
3 slices later, now you're pounding milk and it's your second glass. So now you have the I just drank milk mouth.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not
And the
down for the
pizza mouth.
pizza with. Yeah, I'm not down for that.
And dude, I mean, I don't think Danny drank milk.
Why? Because he's so skinny.
I just feel like his mom never bought it. Maybe she bought it to cook with.
He is lactose.
But we would get, dude, I mean, we followed milk prices like gas. Dude, for the longest time, the drug mart.
You talking about Tyler's dad, my uncle? He drink maybe not anymore, but I'm not kidding. Probably used to drink like 3 gallons of milk a week.
We would always get
Just himself.
We'd always get 2% because it was the cheapest. Never got skim or anything like that.
Oh, dude, my dad had that shit when I moved out here, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's like you diluted milk. You literally diluted it. It's
like offensive.
It's like you were whoever you were talking about putting ice in there. It's like you did that, but then left it on the counter all day, and then that's what it looked like. It almost looks like.
But then you drink vitamin D milk. And maybe remember when I was telling you at work? Maybe it wasn't at work. But we got, it was like you got a bottle of chocolate milk or something, and I got the same one. And I took a sip of it, and it was so sweet and like rich. It just tasted like butter as soon as I sipped it. And I'm like,
Dude, I watched take one of the chocolate milks from work the other day.
wait, who'd you see?
No, it's okay. I don't know if he watches, but it'd be really funny because I didn't say anything to him when I saw him do it. Dude, he took a bottle of chocolate milk and added more chocolate syrup to it. I'm like, okay, what are you doing here? Because it's already too much. It's already too chocolatey.
Yeah, it's not like a can of Coke or anything, but there's like 30 grams of sugar in there.
I'm just saying, like, it's already like a lot of chocolate and they're good, but it's a lot. You're adding to it. I thought that I was just beside myself. I was just,
But it was a similar reaction to vitamin D milk, to whole milk. Like if you pour yourself a glass and then you make your plate and then I don't know. But you sit down at the table late and the milk sat in the glass for a little bit. Vitamin D milk immediately tastes like a stick of butter. Doesn't get warm.
Now that I'm thinking about it too, I brought a chocolate milk home, and guess where it is? In my book bag in my room. So that's good.
Well, you know it's better. I feel like we can relate to this. This is not
What's that?
it's not a socioeconomic thing. What's more defeating than when you go to pick up your glass of milk and the glass is cold, but the milk is already warmed up? You know what I'm talking about?
How's that possible?
It happens with like beer all the time, or anything in a can, or maybe a bottle. When you touch it and you're like, oh, it's chilled. Like it's actually pretty cold. In your hand, you're like, oh, it's actually cold. Cool.
But then it's not.
And then you go to sip it and it's warmer than how the bottle feels.
You know why?
Why?
You know why? You don't.
Why?
You're always talking about our ancestors and whatnot. Our hands and our fingers are the most sensitive parts of our body. Did you know that?
No.
Because we used to touch things, grab them.
Well, I knew that. I don't
So-
think it's the most sensitive.
It is.
What's your ears?
I think temperature sensitive.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure our hand. Let's look it up.
I'd say your ears, nose. But who knows? Who really knows? You know what I
Let's
mean?
look it up.
Just gonna look it up.
Well, I was wrong.
Well, so was I. So the ears.
Yeah, that makes no sense. What the fuck are you talking
They're pretty
about?
sensitive. I meant to sound.
I was talking about the temperature.
Yeah. Every time we work in the cold,
Oh, my ears.
and every time we work in the cold and you're driving home, your ears are on fire for 2 hours.
I feel like your ears are like really like pretty least sensitive. There's like not a lot of nerve endings in our ears.
I think they might be durable, but they're sensitive. They can withstand a lot, but they change immediately. If you're sick, they ooze.
UFC
shit.
fighters,
If
their
you
ears fucking this big.
what
Cauliflower
I
ear.
didn't know is it makes sense, but no one ever explained it to me. So when people have deviated septums and stuff wrong with their nose and they have to get surgery, so fighters and just other people for different reasons, if their nose is damaged enough, the inside of their nose can be like cauliflower ear.
Yeah.
It can be all that damaged cartilage bundled up like that up here.
Like Stevie Nicks.
So it changes how you talk.
Yeah.
And sometimes I want to go. I think they're called a nephrologist. That's what they're called. Maybe. An ear, nose, and throat doctor.
I didn't do it, Shay. Here's a baby, Shay.
Sir, you can't smoke that. Put it out.
Here's a baby, Shay. So,
Do you think there's anything wrong with you?
me?
That you're willing to share that, like, maybe one of these days, like physically, like one of these days you want to get checked out?
Mm.
Anything
Yeah,
that worries you?
Yeah, I haven't got any of my moles checked out in years. Not since I was like in middle school. I need to do that really bad. I have a lot of moles, all over the place. So that's one thing. Yeah. About you?
Whatever's going on with my feet.
They hurt.
They don't hurt. Like if my blood sugar is bad, they can flare up and stuff. But they don't hurt. It's the fungus thing.
Oh, well, that's easy. You just need to
Kind of.
you
Because
just
if it's fungal, it's internal.
me and you. I need to do the same thing, and we just both need to go to a foot doctor because I need to get my ingrown toenail removed.
Well, I've been going, and that's why I want to figure it out.
Oh,
Like,
you've already gone?
I've been going. I've been putting it off because at different times it was either a scheduling thing and made excuses, or
It's pretty gross.
when getting new insurance, dude. When I was on state insurance, dude, I didn't have a copay for anything. Now I'm covered everywhere, and
Thanks, Obama.
And now I'm covered everywhere, and I have a copay every single time. I could go anywhere.
Fully
Like,
clothed.
You just need $40.
Yeah.
And it's not bad, but it is what it is. But when I do go, like, it's funny because every time I go, they take it off, take the whole thing off, like the cuticle, the whiter part of the nail. Is that the cuticle? What's the?
Yeah, down low, down
That
at the
guy?
base. The
That guy?
cuticle is all the way in here.
Yeah, the white.
Yeah, where it starts.
Okay. So when it happens, it affects that.
They've been taking your whole nail off?
They take the whole thing off, and it just grows back. It's like when you have you ever broken a fingernail bad
Yeah.
and it falls off?
But I'm just saying, I didn't even know that. I've never seen your toes, I guess, huh?
And the problem is it's internal, so you can't.
Let me see your toes more often.
Dude, I'll show you, and you'll throw up.
Yeah. Sorry, Grandma. My grandma for the last like 20 years hasn't had big toenails. Like they literally are, they're the size of, like your pinky toenail is real tiny.
Yeah.
That's what her big toenail looked like forever. And she would go get it taken off and then get a big fake one put on there.
Dude, it gets pretty gnarly. It gets pretty gnarly.
Dude, believe me, as bad as that is, there's people's feet that look thousands of times worse.
I don't know, man.
You ever see LeBron's feet?
You know what's funny? You're going to pull this up. Unless he has like bunions or something, you're going to pull this up, and mine still might be worse. But I bring it up because we talked about it before, not too long ago. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, but
It looks like
it's a not health. It's
looks like a sea animal. It looks like a
like it's not cool. It looks like the pinky toe doesn't exist. Like it never
and
fully
he's
grew.
jumping off those things. How?
Think about the shoes. he's put out, dude.
I know. What the heck, man? Like, how do you that looks like it hurts.
I have a normal looking foot, but no, those toenails get crazy.
Your feet don't look like that though.
My feet and toes, no, but my at least, dude, it's both big toes. And I got to figure it out.
I clicked on it says, "What did LeBron James' feet have in common with a Porsche 911?" Do we want to find out?
And complete transparency from my ankles to my neck.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I want to continue the conversation.
No,
about
ankles to neck, nothing.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, maybe
you
dry,
look like a Ken doll.
maybe dry skin, like when it gets cold.
Yeah.
But like nothing. And then the face stuff, and then my feet. Like it's localized to just those two spots. But I don't have like a rash on my thigh. Like I don't.
Yeah, my major thing was the hernia, and I got that taken care of. It's almost been a year already. Thank God.
And then I'll finally move on from this. But I have been going. And when I go, they just take the whole thing off and it grows back. And you can get topical stuff. Like you can get creams and shit like that. It just makes it look less gross, but it's still gross. And it's internal. So it has to be, it's a fungus in you, and that's it getting out. So I need to figure out.
Okay.
And typically it's like a diet thing.
Okay.
It's something that correlates with that. And if it's eliminated, it's supposed to help. And you can do detoxes and shit like that. So I want to figure that out. Because it is to a point, dude, where if it's not 2 months, if it's not within 2 or 3 months after them taking it off, dude, I don't walk around. I don't even walk around my house barefoot. I don't operate barefoot that often.
I mean, I don't either, but
like if you went to the beach or something, you'd be fucking ready to go, slides or something. Like you'd wear slides. You wear slides with socks all the time.
it's okay. I'll take my sock off and I'll show you my toe. We'll compare toes. You're not gonna like what you see either. Okay.
Tanner, you're really not gonna like what you're gonna see.
No, and that's fine. But like I said, you're not gonna like what you see.
This is on the record. We're still gonna be friends, but I'm like promising you, you're gonna be upset.
So
I want to take care of it.
to turn that into like a, it reminded me of like you're gonna like the way you look. But you're not gonna like what you see.
You're not gonna like what you see.
I guarantee it.
But I think we're close to the end of the episode.
Yeah.
To kind of round that up, it's a similar tune that I've been playing as we end these. Yeah, be more aware of
No,
what's going on.
you're not. That's a segment I like to call Brad's final thoughts. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's only initiated when you hear the words, Brad, what are your final thoughts? Right? And had you heard those words, I would understand that you started that soliloquy. Is that the right word?
See,
Monologue.
This is funny.
Here's the thing about LeBron's toes, all right?
Tanner,
Here's the thing you have in common. Here's the thing that LeBron's toes have in common with the Porsche 911. I'll tell you. Without even clicking on the link. Right?
Expensive.
A Porsche 911. Brad's beeping. We got to cut it short.
It's every time you say 911. Keep going.
A Porsche 911 and LeBron's toes. Now, let me tell you. A Porsche, now, when that's on the road, it's hauling, okay?
Lumber, scrap.
And it's fucking horses, cows, all of those. You know what I mean? Hauling whatever it is. Now, LeBron and his toes, guess what they're hauling? Fucking 260 pounds of fucking
You know what they're hauling?
twisted steel and sex appeal.
You know what they're hauling? They're hauling ass.
So there you go. After I go and change my pants, we'll do Brad's final thoughts. Just kidding, we'll do that now. Brad, episode 35. We talked a lot about your toes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep that out of this for now. But give me what are your final thoughts for today?
I think it's important that everybody knows that what matters to you only matters to you, and you have to remember that. So take care of yourself, care about things, but just remember that no one really cares. Do your thing. If you want to get better at something, you probably know how to do it. So yeah,
Okay.
Try to raise your self-awareness a little bit. Every day is different. Try to be right there. Try to be.
Okay. It's been nice hanging out.
And I
with
was
you.
gonna say,
I just want to let you guys know. Never have a reason to wear any of these clothes. It was cool to put some of them on. The boy cleans up real nice, as does Brad. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret this year.
Yeah.
My pocket square.
Yeah.
That's the thing that came with my Ray-Bans to clean my sunglasses. So, all right.
Okay.
It's been nice hanging out with you guys. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
stopping.
thank you very much.
Episode 35, When I Wake Up. My name's Tanner, that's Brad.
And you know what? We'll
So-
see you next week.
All right.
Good morning,
Thank you, guys.